Hi, it's Andy again, and in this video we're going to study Brain Stew by Green Day. So the riff is all played with power chords. You're going to start with a power chord, a 5th fret power chord. Here we go. Start with the 5th fret on the low string. Hold that note. Also play 7th fret on the 5th string. Use your 3rd finger. So you have 2 notes down. They're 2 frets apart. That's a power chord. Okay, now use your pick just to hit only those 2 strings. Don't hit any of the other strings. Just only play the 2 strings your fingers are on. Okay, now after you've strummed it twice, you have to sort of karate chop the strings. You just take the palm of your hand right here, set it down on the strings so it stops all the music. You want to go to dead silence there. You don't want anything ringing out. Okay, now let's move that chord. We're going to move it down to the 3rd fret. So this is a G power chord. Okay, now move it down to the 2nd fret. This is a F sharp power chord. Now move it down to the 1st fret. That's an F power chord. Okay, now last chord's an E power chord. You could just take the 2 fingers you have, slide them 1 fret down, and then your 1st finger just falls off the end of the string. That leaves you with your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret. I don't tend to play it that way, although I've seen some people do it. And the advantage of doing it that way, I suppose, is that you leave your 3rd finger on the string. So when it's time to repeat the song, you can just slide up, bang, you're back on the 1st chord. You didn't even reconfigure the fingers or move them around or lift them up. You just kept your finger on and did a slide. So a lot of players think that's the easiest way. Although I do it a little bit different. After my F chord, and it's time to play the E chord, what I do is I just use my middle finger, press down the 2nd fret on the 5th string, and just take the other fingers away. So I use my middle finger on the last chord. Okay, now let's review everything you've got so far. So A is a 5th fret power chord. G is a 3rd fret power chord. F sharp is a 2nd fret power chord. F is a 1st fret power chord. And then we have an open E power chord. That's it. Now repeat. Okay, that's the opening riff to Brain Stew. Now let's see. When they get to the chorus, they're going to play the same chords, except this time you don't chop the strings. Just let it ring out. So, in other words, hit it twice and just let it keep going. Don't chop. Then 3rd fret, then 2nd fret, then 1st fret, then open E, then repeat. Okay, so it's the same chords, but with no chops. Okay, so if you haven't done very much of that chopping action, it might be kind of tough on the last 2 chords. Because let's face it, the first few chords you play, the first 3 chords, you've got plenty of space between. Plenty of time. Plenty of space to chop. Okay, but when you get to the last 2, you have to go strum, strum, chop, strum, strum, chop. So strum twice and immediately chop, then strum again. That might take some practice if you're just starting. Okay, anyways, there's the intro and 1st verse and chorus from Brain Stew. Good luck.